Hello everybody, Jamie here. Thanks for coming back. Day 19 post tummy tuck surgery with Lipo and Gynecomastia. Feeling pretty good. Definitely feeling like I turned a corner here. Pain gone, most of the discomfort gone. Not needing to sleep on my back anymore is huge. Having these binders on, these compression garments that the doctors give you 23 hours a day, you kind of learn to live with it, but at the same time it's not extremely comfortable when you're sleeping, but it gets better. As far as being able to sleep on my side, bit on my stomach, it's still pretty uncomfortable because I'm still really tight in the overall abdomen area. I still have some swelling on the upper abdomen area that I was concerned about. It doesn't really seem to be going down. Maybe it's come off a little bit, but there's no water under it. It's not a seroma or anything like that. It's pretty stationary, but the surgeon's telling me, Jamie, don't worry about it. It's gonna go down. It's gonna go down. Just give it some time. A lot of my overall swelling, especially around the incision area, if you go back to previous videos of mine, you'll remember me bitching and complaining about how tight that area was and how full it felt and just thick and hard and just very, very uncomfortable. And probably, I don't know, this is day 19 now, so I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 days ago, I started to see that swelling come off a little bit. And it's gone down, a good amount. There's still a lot to go here, but it's comforting to see that swelling subside and see some results, that you paid all this money for and that you're doing all this for, and to just get an idea, what direction you're heading in, and that it wasn't all for naught, and that you made, a good decision to go through this whole process. So I mean, again, it's still a lot of swelling, but I can see that I'm thin. I can see that my chest is flat. I can see flat, from my stomach down into my, my pube zone, if you will. That's one thing my gut always hung over. So seeing that flat, even with just a little bit of swelling, is comforting to say the least, and different. I'm still got concerns about my sides and my flanks. Those are still muffin topped out a bit, and there's definitely swelling still there, but I'm still thinking that there's extra skin, and maybe I'm gonna be wrong in the end, but I don't know. I don't think those sides are complete yet, and I'll show you guys in a little bit what it's looking like now, and again, what my concerns are, going into almost 3 weeks, coming up here, post-op. So we'll see what happens, but overall, I'm still happy, and I'm still confident. My attitude's good. I feel good. I'm much more active. I'm getting out. I'm walking. I'm taking my dog out 5 times a day. He and I went on, a 3-mile walk yesterday, and I did that without a problem. Up until about 2 days ago, I was experiencing lightheadedness and dizziness, and just overall, a unbalanced, faint feeling. 1 second I'm here, I'm fine, and I'm totally good, and then the next second, it's like, okay, wait a minute, just real unsure of myself, and which sucks living, like that, because I deal from anxiety, and I get that, but this was something different. I don't know if it's just the body going through all the shit the body's going through to give me that, but kind of it's been nice the last 2 days that it's been mostly gone. And write something down here before I forget. And the being out, being active, being outdoors, and just getting the normal day-to-day stuff done. I'm there at this point, and feeling better. So they say 6 weeks is a good target number to have an expectation of when you're gonna be back to normal, and I'm about halfway there, and I'm feeling the graduation or the gradual process of getting to that point. every other day, every day, or something like that. So feeling good, feeling confident. I talked a lot about just excessive tightness from the swelling throughout my abdomen and my chest. That's still there. There was, however, last Wednesday, which would have been today's Tuesday, so about 6 days ago, so bad. And I heard a lot about lymphatic drainage massages and what they do for post-op tummy tuck liposuction surgical candidates, people that have had this done. And so I went online, I did a bunch of Googling around, and I found a place here in Manhattan that does them. I've got a great price actually, and went in for an hour, and apparently all the fluids and scar tissue and all this shit builds up underneath your skin, and it's really uncomfortable, and you got to keep that stuff moving, so it's just not sitting there solidified and hard. Apparently what this lymphatic massage does is it gets that shit moving and gets you to a more comfortable state. And my doctor had showed me the day before that I went out to see my doctor, and he checked me out, and he showed me how to massage these areas yourself to help alleviate some of this tightness and discomfort. And then basically you just go with maybe 3 fingers like this, you just go down to your swollen areas, and you insert small circular motions. You're massaging everywhere where it's swollen, and supposedly this is supposed to get everything flowing and loosened up and moving on, so everybody can get to a more comfortable state. So just remember a 3-finger rule. Getting to your even if it's your chest, just getting in there, small circles all around all the swollen areas, and that gets stuff loosened up. And I would certainly concur that was the case. I found doing it directly on skin to skin contact, just chilling here in your chair and going on to skin like this, it wasn't very comfortable because you feel like you're pulling your incision. Your skin's getting stuck because of friction. There's no lubricity there. So what I found out is, and what I've been doing, is showering twice a day just to keep everything clean and feeling refreshed. Showering when I wake up in the morning, showering later at night, 7, 8 o'clock in the evening. And you're supposed to be using antibacterial soap for all showers, post-surgery, which I've been doing. What I found with this massage is that if you do this in the shower and you're not doing it on dry skin, it's much more effective. If you go ahead and you're lubing yourself up, lathering yourself up with the soap, that's great lubricity there. So if you just do this, put the soap in the palm of your hand, and you're doing these motions all along this area, where it's very swollen, worked wonders. Fucking money actually. And it was you can put the soap down, and then you can get in there with your 3 fingers, and it's slippery, so you're really getting into all the cracks and crevices, and there's no pulling on the skin or anything like that. And just doing that for 5 or 10 minutes while you're in a nice warm shower helped me a lot. So I'd strongly recommend that technique for this type of massaging of the affected areas to get you more comfortable. I found every time post doing this massage to myself that there was some relief in the discomfort that is ever so much generated by this process. So keep that in mind. A good soap up, good lather up, good massage in 5 or 10 minutes, will do you wonders. To get back to the lymphatic massage that I had professionally done, lady was great, office was great. It wasn't a whole lot of money. I saw prices from $80 to $250 for 1 hour. And of course, being cheap as I am, I chose the $80 one. I'm really glad I did because, obviously I vetted that the lady was good at what she did, and she was sufficient and licensed and all that crap. But I don't need the glamour massages with waterfalls behind me, and aromatherapy bullshit everywhere. I needed a massage in my affected areas, and that's exactly what I did, and she did an excellent job. Maybe at a later time I'll go ahead and recommend that person. People want to know who it is, feel free to comment on this video later, and I'll put that out there. So it was a full body massage, and it was she wanted to start off on my back. because also, just so you know, because when they're doing the lipo of the flanks and they're doing, the tummy tuck goes way back here, your flank area, that shit gets fucking bruised, and that really it's significant lymph or whatever they call it, I don't know, but it was so hard, and you could tell that there was fluid, accumulated back there, and it was so hard. So she wanted to start on my love handles and flanks. So it was the first time I laid on my stomach, since the surgery. So that was kind of a bitch to get onto a massage table and, get down on my stomach so she can get my back. But sure enough, I did it, and, during the time she was doing, my back, was just excellent. Felt so good, to be honest. Just above and beyond, regular massage, because you're actually focusing on a serious issue, serious affected area, and this, really went a long way. So, she finished up my back, and then she flipped me over. Of course, I was a little lightheaded flipping over, taking it really slow. God forbid you fall. Just one thing you don't want to do is fucking fall. You want to take your time on everything and anything that you do, while you're going through these first few weeks, because you're going to be in a world of hurt if you try to push yourself too hard and you take a digger, and you're going to be screwed. She flipped me over, and, she's massaging, my stomach, and nice, along the line, along the grain, so to speak, of the incision, and just, really getting in there, nice oils, and, she knew what the hell she was doing. And, I felt like $1 million when I left there. Was it still tight afterwards? Of course it was, but there was, something was relieved there, and it's worth every penny. Can it get expensive? But I'm going to try to do one once a week for the first, for the next few weeks anyways. I'm going to go tonight or tomorrow to get another one done. But these massages, you're going to be in, a lot of discomfort. Bottom line, treat yourself right, and, don't stinge out on these little luxuries that you can have to make yourself and your life a little bit better. On top of that, kind of going along with that, there's some incidentals that come along with the surgery. So, if you have a, call it a $15,000 surgery budget, and you have $15,200, in your bank account, I'm not going to say don't do it, because, you've got to get yourself happy so you can be happy with the world and happy with your life. But there's going to be charges on top of that, whether it be scar guard treatment, which I'll touch base about in a little bit, different, scar therapies and scar healing tools you can use, which, range, there's a couple $100 investment here. These massages, $80, $250 an hour, somewhere in that range. Transportation, if you don't have someone to drive you around, cleaning ladies, this is all stuff that I spent money on. An overnight nurse the first night, I had to pay her separately. Just various incidentals that might come up here. So, have some money set aside, to spoil yourself a little bit, to make your process easier. It's exactly what I did, and I'm glad I did. So, I'd certainly recommend that. Don't go into this totally broke. Keep some money on the side instead of having to go to the grocery store, get them to deliver it to you or something like that. But very, very, very important. So I finished up with all my meds. All the meds are done. Antibiotics are done. Knock on wood. But no infections thus far. Very good. So all the antibiotics are done. I haven't been on any medications. I've still been taking my vitamin C every day. I've still been taking my iron every day, which I think have helped a lot with my healing. He's allowed me to go back on a multi-day vitamin, which I religiously take every day, just to keep healthy and make sure my body's getting what it needs. So that's good. I'm taking those. One thing I'm going to recommend, and again, I'm not a doctor or a homeopathic individual that can consult properly on what you should take and what you shouldn't take. One thing I do take is a product called turmeric, and the active ingredient is curcumin. And this is a Eastern spice. I did some Ayurveda retreat and practicing over in Sri Lanka a couple of years ago. So I'm kind of tuned into the Eastern medicine. And turmeric, Google it. Do some due diligence on it. It's a spice that's been used for thousands of years in India or in other parts of the world. Specific to the East, and it has a massive amount of health benefits. You know, everything from, you know, liver health to inflammation to you know, just various key component benefits to your body and its tools, and to get you where, you know, to where you need to be. Just you know, take a minute and, you know, Google it. It's supposed to help a lot with swelling and inflammation, and I swear, once the doctor said I can go back on this, I started noticing a drastic difference in the swelling. You know, I don't know if it's coincidental and it was just timing and my swelling's going down as it's supposed to be, or with the added supplement of turmeric, if that helped in dissipation of the swelling in tandem with natural decrease in swelling that's supposed to be there. So I would definitely check that out. I would definitely recommend that. I think that's I think for my purposes it's an excellent additive to my healing process. And, you know, even my doctor said, myself and the massage therapist said, you're healing amazing. You know, you're healing as best as we could hope, if not better. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. You know, it's a good thing you're young and you're healthy and overall, and, you know, you take care of yourself. I told them about all the protein shakes I've been drinking. They were very happy about that. You know, every morning I'm trying to have, you know, at least one green juice a day. You know, you know, to go to my juicer or go to, you know, the corner store and, you know, juice kale, spinach, cucumber, ginger, beets, and apple into one, you know, just health fluid. And I like to think that that's, you know, helping nourish my body and keeping my healing process going well, and feeling good, you know. So just doing all these added things, not only mentally is it good for you, but physically it's good for you. And if you can, you know, expedite the healing process, and, you know, and don't push yourself, you know, even though as much as we want to as people, just, you know, get by what we're going through and get to the other side of it. And we're all guilty for pushing ourselves a little bit, but, you know, be prepared. You know, if you're making the decision to do this, or you're trying to make the decision to do this, you're not going through this, or you're not looking back in hindsight and listening to me right now, you know, be prepared for 4 weeks of a different lifestyle. Because yes, the first 48 hours suck. Yes, the first week sucks. You get through it, you know, and then you gradually getting stronger. But it's, you know, it's going to take you 4 to 6 weeks before you're really back into the swing of things. And just expect that, so you have proper expectations and you're not pushing yourself too much. And you know, because one setback's going to fuck things up, and, you know, you're going to be pissed off at yourself. And I know I would be. You know, there's a couple areas of my stomach incision that are, you know, still putting out a little bit of pus and fluid, and, you know, that the rest of the incision looks perfectly tight, you know, tied together. But there's these 2 areas, which I'll show you, that, you know, just that aren't healing so well. And I don't know if I did something, if I was pushing myself too much, so I opened up that incision at some point. But, you know, just these little things, you know, you don't need to stress about it. You're already stressed enough. You know, what if, you know, things happen to you? What if this is not going to be right? You know, how do I get back to my life? I need to work. I need to make money. You know, this just, don't put more on you. Take your time. Be prepared when you start this, that you're in for a haul of 4 to 6 weeks. And hopefully in another 3 weeks, I'll be at that 6-week mark, and I'll be sitting here telling you that, you know, what I'm saying now is factual, and I feel fantastic at 6 weeks, and go back to what I was doing. So supplements, you know, please, you know, consider that, and talk to your doctor, of course, you know, prior to taking anything that I'm talking about here, just to be super safe. Scar treatments I've started, and let me get the bottle. Hold on 1 second here. Two different forms of scar treatment that I've started. One is for the gynecomastia and the belly button. Okay, the belly button, brand new spanking belly button, all the way around, scarred all the way around. They give me, the doctor himself had this for sale, $65, called Scar Guard. Just how it's spelled, or it's just how it sounds. You can Google it. Combines multiple technologies to diminish scars. Guards against new scars forming, flattens and shrinks old scars, easy brush on, nearly invisible formula. So you apply this twice daily. It's just like nail polish that the chicks use and or similar. And you just take this and you go to your scar on your nerps, and you just go over that, both sides, go around your belly button, scar with it, and basically it's like a silicone wax, and it just covers shit from getting in, getting out of there, and it peels. So you got to put it on twice a day, once in the beginning, once in the end, and it comes off. It's like you're pulling off a piece of dead skin or just a piece of plastic that's coming apart on top of you. But they said this is huge in using, so I'd recommend it. I'm using it. It seems to be fine. I mean, it's obviously too early to know what the hell the scars are going to look like, going down the road. But they're not huge as it is right now, specific to the belly button and the chest. In regards to the main incision on the tummy tuck area, there's a company called Biodermis. Biodermis. Google them. They make these silicone sheets, and I'll show you what's on me when I take my shirt off here. But basically, it's a sticky-sided silicone sheets, and you just cut these into strips, just wide enough to cover the scar area, about 1/4 inch on each side of the scars, and you just lay it across the entire incision. That forms a perfect environment for that scar to heal. Keeps dust, keeps shit out. I don't think there's any chemicals or any medicine specific inside the silicone strips. But again, it creates the perfect environment for the scar to heal. Highly recommended by my doctor, and sure enough, I ordered it. This was $100, and this will get you through 8 to 12 weeks of scar therapy. So very, very important to use, and I'll show you in a little bit. And we'll see what happens there. So we talked about the lymphatic drain massage. And massaging in the shower, very, very important. I'll talk to you about my swelling, healing, the supplements, silicone strips, meds, discomfort sleeping. Gentlemen, one thing I didn't know about beforehand, but kind of common sense, no sex for a month minimum after the incision, after your surgery. So they recommend a minimum of 4 weeks. Sexual activity as a whole, anything that's not actual intercourse, ask your doctor on. But it's they definitely say no sex, and I guess it's not just about fucking up the incision and pulling it apart. Even if it's just light play type of thing, but more some internal shit. And it doesn't make sense to me mechanically, because it's not like they did a tummy tuck, but it's not like they touched my stomach and the inner components of my stomach. But better safe than sorry. I don't know how to talk about self-relief or whatever you can do in those moments over the first 4 weeks, but take that up with your doctor and see see what the best is there. But plan on 4 weeks for sure. No sex. I think that's pretty much it. As far as thoughts or feelings, advice, during these last week and a half since I made my last video here. I don't really have any emotional feelings or thoughts to discuss at the specific time. Of course, I'm stressing about the end result and wanted to see that, and I'm not confident at this point in time that I'm going to see exactly what I wanted to see, and I don't know the next step after that. So of course I'm stressing about that. The little problem in my upper abdomen, that's swelling that just hasn't gone down, or maybe has slightly gone down since the beginning. That's just a pain in the ass dangling issue, and again, he's not too concerned about it, but what the fuck, by now there should have been some sort of relief in that. So keeping an eye on that. Still feeling really good about my decision. I put a shirt on that my girlfriend bought me 6 months ago, that she thought I'd look good in. I put it on, and total freaking muffin top, pushing the friggin' buttons on the bottom part of that shirt to the brink of popping. I was like, can't wear this one, sorry honey. you know, maybe after my surgery. And, you know, at that time I certainly didn't know if I was going to have a surgery, but I hung that shirt up damn right in the closet. And, you know, nothing fantastic, you know, as far as shirt goes, but, you know, I put that thing on this weekend and I look good, you know, and I love that. You're going to love that. And just feeling that, shit, I can wear this shirt now. You know, I can wear shirts like this that are slimming and not have some, you know, thunder belly, you know, just popping out looking like a fucking slob. And, you know, that felt good. That put a real genuine smile on my face. And I think you can see a little bit one right now for me talking about it. So, you know, keep that in mind. You know, that's a good feeling. And, you know, hear a lot of people say, oh, wait to put the clothes on until the end and, you know, you'll feel better and you'll see what you can do. And hell yeah, it's absolutely true. Because, you know, if I can wear shirts like that going forward, again, just a regular button-down college shirt, you know, with some style and some slimming down here and look good in it, feel thin, giddy up, you know, it makes me very happy. So, still would urge everybody and anybody contemplating on doing this and has the financial and capable means of doing this and getting through it and having somebody by your side to do it. It's a bitch, but you'll get through it, you know, just, I've said it before, but, you know, a little bit of suffering for, you know, definitely a couple days to a week in the beginning, and then maybe overall, you know, life alteration for, you know, 4 or 6 weeks afterwards, for several years of happiness and confidence and just overall feeling better about your person and your appearance. Totally worth it. Do it. All right, so why don't I just go ahead and show you the update on where I stand today. Let's take a peek here. So still fully bound up by this, you know, the binders and the man bra, the man's ear, the bro. Keeping compression on here. Pop this out for you. So itchy here too, by the way. You get so itchy when you take this thing off. Skin's dry, so excuse my itch, but gotta be done. So as you can see, if you compare pictures of previous, it's still not pretty looking, but you know, swelling is considerably down from what it was. Try to get in a little bit tighter here. You know, this area here, as you can see, this plastic thing. This is the silicone strip I was telling you guys about that keeps the environment ideal for the scarring. Bring in a close look here. So is the scarring, as you can see, you know, that's all hard as a rock. So confident that will go down, you know, hard as a rock. New belly button. All that plastic that's around it here is that scar guard that I was telling you about. Comes off real easy. Don't really want to pick my crap in front of you there, but just to give you an idea, it's real flaky after it dries. Scar all the way around. Scar, it looks pretty good, right? All this is very hard still, so I can totally see this all going down and tying into this area nice. But I'm not so, even though this is hard, it's a lot softer, but I just feel like these blowouts here are extra skin or are gonna need additional work, because that's sure as hell not the contour I was looking for. So we'll give them the benefit of the doubt, you know, for another month or two, and we'll see what happens in the end. But if that doesn't lock up, then we're gonna have some problems, and I'm gonna have to be a dick and go after him and tell him he's got to fix it, and I'm not spending any money. The job sucks, and I don't want to be in that position. But, you know, I paid a lot of money and is expecting a certain result. He said he could do it, so he did it, and he's got to fix it. Same with that side blowout, you know. Again, hard but soft enough, and just makes it a little bit nervous. So on this side, you know, you got two areas that aren't healing so well. Try to keep some gauze over them, but he doesn't seem too concerned about them, you know, but whatever. So once all this swelling goes down, because this is all hard, you know, this is all swollen, and you know, it looks ugly as hell right now, and you know, it looks like I still have a gut, but it'll go down, hopefully, and I'll get the result that I'm looking for. I look at a lot of other people's videos, female videos on YouTube, because there isn't any guy ones on YouTube, and you know, they're pretty much in the same spot at this time. So feeling all right. You know, chest, same thing, you know, there with the scar guard, keeping that gynecomastia cut that pulled out the tissue out of my chest. If you look from the side, you know, it's still swollen, but it's pretty flat all the way across side to side. Much better than it was. Go back to my first tape and you'll see the difference. So chest is good, you know, it's definitely swollen in there. You can feel stuff in there, but you know, it's tight enough for me. You know, as far as I'm concerned, if this is how it stays, I'd be happy, but I know it's going to get better because it actually takes 6 months to get a final result on gynecomastia. So if it looks this good now, even a minor reduction or modest reduction over the next couple months will be sufficient to my needs, and I won't have to get disgruntled with my surgeon. So that's pretty much it. You know, I haven't looked at myself this way, but I'm sure that these blowouts still contribute to that. But again, I feel thin here. I feel good. So if these things go away, he did mention that they might need additional, this area back here might need additional liposuction post the surgery. So I will credit him that, telling me, like, I don't know, a couple meetings in after I made the decision to move forward with this, not like right up front, but apparently there's stuff back here that feeds blood into this area that's absolutely needed, so you can't damage this area too much with liposuction in the, you know, during the surgery, because it won't get the blood to where it needs to be to heal this area. So that's pretty much it. But as you can see, you know, even if I pull up my pants here, you know, and I move back a little bit, you know, that's pretty good. You know, it looks pretty good like that, you know. But sorry for the scratch, but this is a bitch. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not gonna suit up right now. Waste your time watching me get dressed. So let's put the shirt back on here. So that's about it. Again, feeling good. Happy with my decision. Hope you're happy with my input here. And I don't know, I'll be back in a couple more weeks. I think after a month, I'll do my next one, which will be another, you know, 11, 12 days. You know, we'll see where I'm at that point in time. But thanks again for tuning in. As always, I appreciate you looking out and looking after me here. And you know, any questions that you want to leave at the bottom of this video, please go ahead and do it, and I'll get back to you. Thanks.